the topic, I guess.
Yeah. Yep. I have definitely been pretty rambly, especially on the last one. Jesus.
Well, it's tough. I mean, there's so much you want to say.
True. And I start tripping over my own words because I want to say everything as fast as I can.
Right.
All right.
I was gonna say, do you want to try to load your link, or can you just send me the link? See if we could even try it between us.
Yeah. Yep. Sorry, I've got like a million things open right now.
I'm trying to work out my office situation too. So finally got a new laptop.
Nice. I gotta get my wife one. We share one right now. It's pretty much the worst.
Yeah, well, we had an old Mac, and it literally just doesn't do anything anymore.
Alright, I sent you the link. Let's see if it works. For people going back and watching this, they're gonna be like, okay, all right.
I'm trying. I'm listening to. I'm speaking through my phone, but I'm gonna load it on my iPad. And see if I'm trying. I'm listening to. I'm speaking through my phone, but I'm gonna load it on my iPad. And see if I'm trying. I'm listening to.
Oh no, I
I'm
can hear you
speaking through my
twice.
phone, but I'm gonna load it on my. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna work.
No.
I'm trying. I'm listening to.
Oh no, I can hear you twice.
Yeah, I think that's gonna work.
No.
All right.
Oh no, I can hear you twice. All right, this is getting weird now.
All right, I'm just gonna get off.
All right, this is getting weird now.
I'm just gonna get off.
All right, this is getting weird now. Johnny, if you can hear me, man, try it again. I think I had something screwed up. I think I don't know. We don't have to try it again if you don't want to. You're back on. Where the hell? Well, this is just going smoothly. How about now? You there, Johnny? In the stream? Alright. Well, we tried. Yeah, for sure. Alright. Yeah, smarter people than I. Yeah, me too. The fact that I taught myself how to use this OBS is a miracle in itself. All right. All right, I'm gonna try to get the link shared and see if anybody's in here. Okay, we'll figure something out. Sorry, everybody, for anybody who's listening. Um, tried to do some stuff, didn't quite work out. There's the link. All right, that whole time it's just you and me, Johnny, I think. If you're in here, let me know. We tried to do a little voice thing. It's too much of a delay. It doesn't quite work. Get this thing out of here. Give everybody a few minutes. Johnny and I were trying to make it so we could all talk at the same time we do this. Didn't quite work out. All right. Yep, we did. We tried, Johnny. Can't say we didn't. I was hopeful. What's up, Fogman? I was hopeful because we could have done this for the breaks too. All right, well, bummer. Thought we'd have more people on. All right. For anybody watching this in the future, had some technical difficulties. We tried some stuff out. So sorry for the slow start. I'll make a note. We can people can fast forward to 9 minutes in or something like that. I know that there was a few things. I haven't done this in a little bit, but I think I remember. I know Fogman wants me to talk about Sylve. And also we had time frames, what time frames to watch for whatever certain trades you're doing, and price action effect on premiums. And Johnny put in ways to play cup and handle formation. Can we find a cup and handle somewhere? Do we know of a good cup and handle? If anybody's out there, let me know. All right, so I'm just gonna dig in. So time frames. I believe that it was either Marzetti or Fogman who was asking what time frames they should use for certain things. And I try to make this as simple as possible. If I'm playing a swing, thank you, Johnny. Appreciate it, man. If I'm playing a swing and I'm looking to hold, you know, even next day, but for the most part, a multi-day hold, I'm looking at the daily chart. I want each candle to be a day. I want to look at those setups, and I want to see what I'm looking at. So if, like, say American Airlines, all right, I called it out on Monday, unofficial ideas. I did it again today. I'm looking at the daily. Daily looks nice. Where it's the same weeker, you're gonna want to take a look at like an hourly. An hourly candle is going to give you a good idea. It's going to move quicker. And where it's short term, you're going to want to see where that near term setup is. And actually, if I'm being completely honest, AAL doesn't look great on the hourly. Last time it was, well, it kind of hung out a little bit. So the RSA doesn't really worry me. MACD, I guess it doesn't look too bad. What changed my mind here is CCI doesn't concern me until it goes past the middle rung. MACD does look like it's kind of curling down, but I mean, MACD isn't always the perfect thing to go by. This top level of the bottom profile is a little bit worrisome, but all in all, American Airlines looks pretty bullish, especially on the daily. Or if I'm playing, like, you know, this week's weird because all the options they expire on Thursday. That's why I haven't been calling anything. I don't like that. I'm more apt to play like if a Monday is closed, a Tuesday to Friday or a Wednesday to Friday. I'm typically okay with that. I understand the risk. I don't like doing a Monday or Tuesday to Thursday. I just don't like it. I'm not comfortable with it. I don't like it. Thetas are inflated. And here I go rambling. All right, time frames, Fitzy. Come on, time frames. If I'm playing something, you know, further out, if I'm looking at weeks, I'm going to want to see weekly candles. I want to see that set up. So the longer you go out, the further you're going to want to go out on your candles. Yeah, I mean, it stands to reason, Johnny. Johnny asked, do you think that BA news will help push AAL? Sure. I wish I knew what the BA news was. I mentioned BA yesterday because I drew this Fibonacci on it, and I liked how it was acting on the 50. I was looking at the daily when I did it. No, you know what? I was looking at the weekly. Actually, you know what? I might have done. Sorry. Yeah, I was looking at the weekly, and I like how it was hovering on this 50, the 50% level. It's kind of like time to go, you know, look in market review. If there's, all good, Fogman. If there is anything that my trading needs work on, it is following fundamentals a little bit more. News. So they got an order for 120 planes. Sweet. Yeah, you would think what? GE, AL, airline should get a push. B got a nice, decent little pop. Yeah, I like it. I think I said yesterday that I thought BA would hit 300 in the near future. I'm looking at that going up to the 38.2 on the fib. It's kind of a simple read of a chart, like breaks it down to the bare minimum, but I like the blueprint that it's following on the Fibonacci, and also using its 20 as a There's a cushion there. I like that. It's been actually a really nice reaction since the 50 crossed down from the 20. It's almost like the 50 got caught by the VPOC. Look at that. It's kind of cool. It acted as support on the 50 moving average and not even just the candles. It's kind of neat. AAL actually had a big cup and handle on the daily last month or so. Alright, so when we get there, I'll go to AAL. I think people play cup and handle. I'm sure everybody has their own ways of doing it. But we'll go through and see what AAL did. Okay, so time frames. Basically what it is if I'm playing weeks out, I want to look at the weekly candles. If I'm day trading, typically I'm going if I'm like day trading with the purpose of day trading, I like the 5 minute. That's me. I don't know what other people typically use. Like, let's take a look at, what did Vic alert today? PFMT. Let's check out PFMT. I hope it's it's pretty rare that he has a bad one, but let's check it out. Okay. All right. So PFMT had a big old explosion in aftermarket and pre-market. He called it over 2. All right. So this is a little bit different. Obviously, this worked out really well for him. Went to 2. Topped off at 242. That's pretty dope. So if I was watching this 5 minute candle, I'd probably be watching it along the VWAP, and I'd want to make sure it was up there. Like, if I got in at his 2 break, I'm watching each candle here's 5 minutes. I'm watching this. Would I have caught the very top? Nope. No, there's no way. I probably, you know what? I probably would have bailed with, like, I don't know, 10%. Which, I mean, it's a great trade. But when I'm day trading, I'm watching these 5 minute candles. They're moving fast. New ones forming every 5 minutes. My mouse froze up on me. And then once it started breaking the VWAP, I mean, I guess I could have been patient here. You know? And then maybe, I don't know how fast that moves. Some people use the minute. The minute kind of drives me nutty. I'm also not a day trader. Don't know. There we go. So each candle's a minute. If I was watching the minute candles, you could have played around on the VWAP a little bit. That 2 to 185 dip would have been tough. Anyway, think for time frames. Think of it just easy. If you're playing for a long time, put what you want to look out there. You know, you're playing for weeks, go by a weekly. If you're looking for entries into stocks, you can do the intraday. Typically, like if you're looking for a long-term entry, if you're looking for an entry in something you're playing for a week, maybe look at daily, 4 hour. You know, I don't. If you're looking to get in something or get out of something that you've been in for a long time, the 5 minute candle's probably not the best. I either bail on bearish engulfing or 3 crossing the 8. Okay. Yeah. So use a 3-8 on your short term. On your short term too. I like the 3-8. The 3-8-20 is a good setup. It's like old reliable. I just don't typically day trade, so I like to see what people do. I'm pretty partial to the VWAP. It's just simple, you know. And then Camarilla pivots, the Camarilla levels. I've talked about those before. I love those. Okay. If anybody has any other questions about time frames, chime on in. Price effect on premiums. Price effect on premiums is basically your contracts. When you're trading a contract, it has an expiration. So the expiration of your contract is all time related. So you got a theta, and if you got a theta and a delta, the two easiest rings to follow. If you've got a delta of 50, say you got a 0.5 delta, that means for every dollar the stock goes up, your premium is going to gain 50 cents. Okay, in the simplest terms. But if the stock goes down a dollar, your premium is going to lose 50 cents. So, it's no good. So, let's see here. So basically, let's look at this. So AZN, call I made last week, got destroyed by news. I need to go to a daily. All right. I believe I called it right here on 3/22. It was last Monday, and look at that. I mean, you could pick it apart now, I guess, if you want to go trends. You can say that it didn't break out of the uptrend or the downtrend. You can make the arguments that it was too early. I mean, if you use that one, you can make the lines tell you whatever you want them to tell you. What I was looking at was just this absolutely beautiful move up over the 50. The 20 is going to want to catch up to the 50. It's always going to want to. So the fact that the 20 was trailing, it's just, that's going to want to cross back up, even if it just like right here in like mid-February, it even gave a little pop. The news surrounding it just got its vaccine approved. It was just a beautiful move through the 50 and the VPOC. It was all there. It was all there. Had an incredibly strong close. I pretty much thought that one was nailed. The only thing that could affect it was news, and of course, that is what happened. The news killed it. So what happened to our premium? It got destroyed. It got absolutely destroyed. That thing caved. So, and because it was the same weeker, we didn't have enough time. This recovery on Friday, great. Only, let's see, 17, yeah, only like, 50 cents behind where it was when I alerted it. But because it was the same week expiry, only had 2 days, the theta was high, the news destroyed it. A 51 to 25 all the way down to 49 on that kind of news really isn't that bad. But because we're trading an option that is the same week, it just killed it. This one, I'm not gonna lie, this one bugs me because I honestly feel like, and if I'm missing something, let me know. I honestly thought I had this one nailed. And, it came all the way down to the 20, popped back up, back over the WAP, and today, it went right back down. But it's pretty much fighting with the VPOC now. It's fighting with the news. It's fighting with, is its vaccine effective enough? Is it all this? It kind of hurt him. It seems like at this point that it doesn't even matter how strong the vaccine is. If it's good, that little bit of news affected it, because they misrepresented the effectiveness by 3% or something like that. But at the time, the day after the alert, the headlines were all AstraZeneca lied, or that's basically, in not so many words, that's what all the headlines were saying. Destroyed my play. Really pissed me off. But that's a perfect example of what price movement can do to your premiums. If that AstraZeneca option was out, say to April 23rd, I don't know why I'd play that. There's barely any volume or OI on anything like that. but sure, the premium would be affected, but not nearly as much as them being so close, with experts so close. All right, so that was a twofer. I got my AZN out of the way there. Johnny, am I missing something there, man? Or did I just get screwed by news? Because, god damn it, I thought I had that. I mean, you take away all that. I mean, it's not like the most perfect setup of all time, but man, with everything surrounding it, I thought I nailed it. All right, let's see. So Johnny said that American Airlines had a nice cup and handle. That's what it looked like. Is that what you're talking about, Johnny, on AAL? This right here. Kind of a cup handle. Yeah, I can see that. Last month or so, yeah. Or am I looking too far back? It's a big cup. it is a big cup. It is a big cup. So typically with a cup and handle, I mean, let's use this, whatever. So you want something rounded like that. Like if you get into like a V-shaped, or if it's too sharp. I mean, look, with candle formations or anything, I love um, I love candle formations. I think it's cool that you can read into it. There really isn't much anything else in this world that I love more than technical analysis. It's fantastic. But if you beat something long enough, sorry, Johnny's screaming at his screen. I'm sorry, man. So if you can make it say whatever you really want it to, you know. Um, Not all the time, but you can draw enough lines and you can be like, okay, you can convince yourself of stuff. And so I try to like separate that as much as possible. So I honestly I don't look for stuff like cups and handles and stuff like that. It's just not my style. I really appreciate when people do and they look for that type of stuff, because it's just another part of trading. Everybody has different tools in their tool bag. But I don't typically look for stuff like that. But if I was looking at AAL and say, it was January 13th, I'm looking at this big old cup here, and then I see this handle right here. Now, what would I do? How would I, if I wanted to go long on AAL, which clearly at this point would have been a good time to, looking back, what could I have done? So typically the way people will play cup and handle is they find the top. So say your top is here at like 1864. So if that's your handle, you bounce, then you play the break of 1864, right? I mean, that's typically what somebody would do with a cup and handle. That really wouldn't have played out very well here because it immediately went back down, and now you're having to use the 50 and the 20 to go back. I mean, you could have had a pretty decent day trade here, I guess. You play the 1870 and then go up to the 20. Damn, that would have been a really nice day trade, actually. But yeah, it would have been a damn good day trade. But if you were looking for that as an entry into your long, you let's play. Say you buy at 1870, now all of a sudden you're dealing with a dip down to like 1640. Yikes! And yeah, it just comes down to the trend lines. Yeah, I was even gonna say here, is you're looking at this handle. If you're confident enough in a cup and handle, you could play it off of this, off the 50, which is probably what I would do, and then use the 50 as my risk. The risk is clearly defined. If I get a close under the 50 simple moving average, then I bail. You know, I've talked about Ben, who used to work here before. Is I always kind of got I got a lot of shit because I was like getting in things a little bit early. But we started working together more, trying to find confirmations and find all this stuff. And I was just like, yeah, but why wouldn't I get in down here when I already know my risk is right there? Like, you're limiting your risk because your risk is absolutely clearly defined. You can even give yourself a little bit of cushion because you're already in. Like, on a cup and handle, if I'm looking for one, then I typically know how they're going to work out. Why would I wait until it breaks out up here? And that, I mean, I guess that's the correct way. Okay, so you would play like Johnny says he plays the break of the handle all the time. Yeah, so you would play like that candle there, or shit, you could even go as far as here. Yeah. Yeah. See, that makes sense. That makes sense to me. And in a situation where, like, say the 50 wasn't there, that's what I would do too. 100%. Yeah. Break of the handle. I'm not waiting all the way up here. You know, you could play the break of the handle, then use the 50 as support. Your 50 is right there. The risk is just clearly defined. And you want to use moving averages that a lot of people use. You know, in stocks, it's like one of the only places that, like, following the crowd in some ways is you know, is what you want to do. I mean, you don't want to follow the crowd like GME, but if the 50 simple moving average is popular, it's because a lot of people use it. And if they're using it to play off of, join them. Yeah. Yeah, I'd play the earlier one, especially, yeah. Yeah, definitely. And that'd be a hell of a play. I mean, you play that right there. Like, say you even bought at the end of the day that day, 1557. I mean, dude, the furthest you go down is 15. That would kind of stink. Maybe you could even sell on that pop. That'd probably be a really nice gain on a, yeah, on the same week or next week contract. It's a little bit of a choppy ride, but I don't know. Diamond hands, baby. That's probably how I'd play it. All right. Fogman. We can always go back to cup and handle if anybody has any questions. Fogman wants me to take a look at silver now. Silver, if you're looking for a chart to look at, has dumped a lot since I bought it. Kind of interested in your thoughts. Dump it. Or average down, I'm guessing, is a September 30-35 call. The stock was originally 26 and change when I got it. Okay, so you have a September 30-35. Yowza. Okay. All right. So that's far out, so I'm going to go to a weekly. Let me spread this out a little bit here. Okay, so has it ever been at 35? When it first started. Hey, it's working on a cup. Sil's working on a big old 10-year cup. I'll go back to a weekly. Alright, so I'm just going to go right through here. Throw a fib on it. Alright, so 38.2 lines right up with the 50. Simple moving average. Now this is the last 50 weeks. Each candle here is a week. This looks quite bearish. Losing. You lost the middle run on the CCI. Back here. I'm going to be completely honest, man. I don't see 35 happening. What was it? September 30th? September 30. Craig requested a 35 call. How long ago did he say that? Surprises me a little bit. Maybe you thought that trend was going to continue? Because look at that. I mean, it's not impossible. Silver has a way of... I'm going to get rid of this fib. I mean, if it can hit this trend here, or even if the 50 can support it, and it can launch pad off of that, I'd feel a lot better if I had a closer strike. That's okay. Don't worry about it, Flood, man. I trust you, buddy. Yeah, I don't know, man. I think 35 is asking for quite a bit. I would take a look at how much you're down. It definitely could bounce off the 50. 100%. Definitely could. Let's take a look at the daily. Let's just see where it's at on the daily. I just think we're getting into shoulda, woulda, couldas. Of course, this would be the one that would friggin' explode and come back to haunt me. Lost its daily 200 moving average today. I mean, September is far away. So I guess what I would do, Fogman, I'm not going to ask you. You can volunteer the information if you want to. I would decide. I would take a look at how far you're down. If I'm only down 30, 40% in this position, I'm probably going to bail. And then I can reassess at a later time. I would probably be vengeful, and I would keep silver on my watch list and wait for another opportunity to pounce. If I'm down 60, 70%, then I'm probably riding it out. You know, I guess it all really depends on the dollar amount that I have in there. But if you've been in it for a while, then it did kind of mess with you up in this area. Like, we're going to break. Ran into resistance. Like, when the 50 and the 20 combine, God, it's like one of my least favorite things. Unless you get strong volume up over it, which the volume... So if I was looking at this, I'd be looking at this action hitting the 20 and 50 at the same time, and I would want to see what was happening with the volume. And the volume in this area is really low. Like, if it's going to make a break through a 20 and a 50 moving average that are laying on top of each other, you're going to want that volume to be really strong, especially on like a green candle, which it did tick up. You can see that, but still you can see what it, when it has good volume. Some of its bigger volume days are on red days, or red candle days anyway. VPOC is way up here. It does want to gravitate back to the VPOC. What was the weekly? Way down. Yoza. Look at the weekly VPOC and the 200 moving average being exactly in the same spot. It's wild. That type of stuff blows me away. Yeah, I don't know, man. I would take a look at your account, see where you're at. It's a tough one. Depending on how far I'm down, I'm taking the L probably. And if you don't want to take the L, watch what it does at the 50 around 21.75. Between 21.50 and 21.75. I'm really going to want to pay attention to that. And then after that, 21. You don't want that trend. That's kind of a loosely drawn trend. I just kind of used the 2 here and then a breakout here. Those are my 3 points. I can definitely see it following that trend. But I'm going to use the 50 as true support just since the 200 is so far down there. All right. Let's see what futures are doing live. So here's our R3. That's what we want to break. Stay bullish. Looks decent on the daily. It's just so choppy. Choppiness at an all-time high is so frustrating. It's like just break it or don't. You know, like this right here. Just fall. Just seriously, like get it over with. Because if you're not gonna fall, then friggin' break. I hate this choppy bullshit. It sucks as an option trader. But okay, for the sake of tomorrow, looking for a break of 39.59. That was the same number I was looking at. No, it wasn't. It was pretty close. Yesterday I was looking for 39.75. Day before, I think, is when I called it out. No, wait. That was a Friday. No, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. That was Monday. Yeah, that's what I said. 39.80. Yeah. Because that would have been a break of the all-time high. Right. Alright. So for the sake of today, into tomorrow's trading day, 39.59 up. 39.40 down. 20 sitting at 39.11. I'd like to that 20 to get some separation from the 50. Continue to. That'd be nice. Thoughts on Neo? Johnny wants thoughts on Neo. Neo. Had itself a good day. Ooh. Had itself a good day, huh? Kind of birdie, man. Everything at first glance tells me that it at least wants 41-ish before it's done anywhere. It's kind of a loose trend. Don't like those trend lines. I think we're better off maybe doing a maybe a 4 hour. It's catching support on all the right time frames. I like Neo. I think that it looks nice. What the hell is that? Yeah, I'm using the 200 moving average as a pillow. CCI looks nice. MACD looks good enough. RSI curling up. Once that RSI gets into the 50 range, we're looking good. It's got to fight through the 20. And then the 50 in the top level of the volume profile. It's got some stuff to fight through, but it's got itself a nice little start. And tomorrow should give us a good idea of where we're at. Even like something like this candle here, where it kind of pops up, maybe gives a little bit of red, but follows that. I'd like to see it maybe fight with the 20 a little bit. That'd be cool. Maybe give you another entry down in this area. Unless you're already in it, then of course you're going to want it to blow through the 20, right? I like it though. I see some resistance here, which is kind of right in line with, it's right in line with the 20. So I might as well just use the 20. Trying to figure out what the hell that big purple line is. Why it won't. There, Jesus. Anybody got anything else? I had a few things pull for me today. I called out GM. I really liked the look of this one. Beautiful move off the 20 today. Everything coming up roses, everything lining up. It's very, very pretty. I was looking at the chain, calls over puts, well in favor. I called this 50, well, I mentioned this 59.5. The reason I didn't make it official, really crappy theta. IV is nice. Expected move is right in line. Just don't like these thetas. But the setup's great. I thought about going out to the 9th or 16th. But the spreads were a little rough. And prices were just a little bit high for what I typically will call. I didn't want to go too far out either. 16th, not bad. Look at that. That 60 call for the 16th. That really pops out. That really pops out on the chain. Beautiful volume. Already great OI. And with the heavy call puts, you can pretty much bank on that volume turning into new OI. I would like to take a look at that tomorrow. Add that to today's watch. But setup's there. Actually, might even be able to form ourselves a nice little cup there. Maybe come down this way before it comes back up. Give us a handle. I don't know. I'd love to just see a break of 60 and keep on going. Look at the weekly. Everything's intact. Another thing I was looking at was F. A little bit of forward action. The reason I didn't want to alert this one is because I'd like to see it over the 21st before I made a play. I've talked about this a few times. I know this is only the third video, but I know I've talked about trading in between the 50 and the 20, especially when it's kind of close. Like if it was in between the 50 and the 20 and it was more down here, and I liked what I was seeing, I'd be more apt to play it, at least maybe, even just a play up to the 20, but where it's close to that 20, I don't want to play it. Not yet. I'd like to see it break or reject and come back down to the 50 or at least somewhere down in that area, and then give me some green before I go in. And if it means I miss a gap up over the 20, that's fine. I don't really care. There's another play somewhere. The other one I was talking about was AL. AL, we did that. LVS, why didn't I do this one? Kind of the same thing. Right in the middle of the 50 and 20. I don't like that. I do like the action on the CCI and the lower studies. It's a good setup. There's a reason why it pulled. Alright, I'll check out Faye here in a minute here. There's a reason why I pulled on my scanner. The setup isn't too bad, but I would like to just see a break of 62.75, maybe even over 60. Yeah, see, it's just a bunch of clumped up resistance there. So I would like to see a break of that 20. And, like I said, this pulled on a scanner for a reason. It's definitely worth to keep on watch. I didn't feel comfortable alerting it today. Just wasn't all there for me. Didn't all line up. I also really like GE. Probably should have alerted this. I saw Salah talking about it in the room today, and he was all over it. It's a very, very good move over the 20. This did what I want, what I wished LVS would do before I go in. GE looks very nice. In fact, April 16th, 14 call I really like. If you wanted to go just into next week, I like the 14 call as well. 14 or closer. As I've said before, if I say a strike, I mean that one or closer. I like the 14. I really like the way GE looks. Breaking over the middle rung. Looks really good. And actually, if we're talking about stocks getting a push from BA, I think GE would be one of them. Keep GE on watch. Oof. Alright, so Johnny wanted me to take a look at Faye. Thought it would break soon. Break down or break up? It's one of those weird trends. I'm gonna go from there. I'll be honest, this is a stock that it did for a minute. Right there. Tried. Yeah, that's kind of strange, huh? That pop over the 50. And then just death. I guess if we're looking for a daily close over the 50, it didn't give it to us. Just opened. Gave us 2160 and then right back down. It's a bummer. I don't know. I don't like this one. I can see it going all the way to the bottom trend. I can see it fighting with the 20 for a while. Volume looks... I mean, there was a lot of buying volume. Jeez. There was a lot of buying volume here. And then the volume never... I mean, it's really low. So there hasn't been a ton of selling volume since that huge pop. So if I'm looking at volume, like, yeah, it doesn't look great in the downtrend. but there hasn't been like this massive sell-off. Man, it's just a really choppy. I'm just thinking the VPOC will pull it up. Yeah, if I'm looking at the VPOC, I mean, that's all the way down at 13. Maybe this top level. That's probably what you're talking about, yeah. This top level here. Yeah. I don't know. It looks like 1850 to 19 is a really important area. It could catch support here, 100%. Get a little double bottom off of this baby. It's rough though. Yeah, I mean, so these the bottom and top rungs of the VPOC, it's almost like a balancing point between the actual VPOC. I always do that. So the top and middle rung of the volume profile act as like a balancing point of the VPOC, which is the volume point of control, which is the thick purple in the middle. So yes, those lines do typically act as support and resistance for sure. Fib gives you another picture. As it always does. Yep, sure does, doesn't it? How about that? Okay. Certainly provides another outlook for sure. I'm going to get rid of this thing. Yeah, she's hanging. She's hanging on for dear life. Loses that, we're going all the way down to the trend. And since I was generous with this trend, I mean, I don't like including wicks in the trend unless they're kind of in the middle. I don't like starting and ending with a wick. But I see it continuing going down. I mean, obviously I could be wrong, but I see it going down. It's going to need a strong move tomorrow. At least strong enough to stay on top of this 1932 Fibonacci line. I guess this is something that I would look at and go, no. Right? Yep. Alright, time for me to brag a little bit. MO. I think if we went back to the tape, last couple times I talked about MO, I made this alert on March 8th. Made this alert on March 8th. Shit, sorry. So it was that week. All right. Do a better idea on the daily when I called it. Called it right here. And I believe if we went to the tape, I would say that I thought we were going to get up to this 61.8, and then the 61.8 resistance would be real because it would also meet the 200. Maybe I didn't say the 200 because I just added that to it, but look at that. But yeah, that thing exploded. We got 860% out of that alert. And that's just so far. The thing doesn't even expire until April 16th. 30 premium to 288 premium. In a matter of what? Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks. 860%. If you're watching this at a later time, you are not part of Off the Charts Trading, you should join us. Leave a comment on this, and I will see it, and we'll get you in there. You got me making alerts like that. You got my boy Johnny making alerts in his swing to mid-long. They're great. I actually need to start playing those. Got Craig making swing calls. Consistency, baby. 10%er after 10%er. Sometimes more. A lot of the times more. Then you got Vic over in day trade just killing it. Mr. Consistent himself. Maybe getting one or two wrong a month, and that's it. And we're talking 30, 40 alerts. Sometimes more. Off the charts trading is where it's at. That is where I'm going to end it, unless anybody else has any questions. Sorry for the hang up at the beginning of the video. And hopefully next Tuesday we'll do this again. And hopefully we can get some more people on here. That'd be great. Don't look at my last call. Oof. Let's take a look at Johnny's last call. See if we can learn from it. Was that the WNRS? Genus certainly worked out. AL worked out. WNRS. Jeez. Oh my God. Well. Sorry, Johnny. I pulled it up. I'm messing with that OTC stuff, man. Winners Inc. That's ironic. Look at that off the VPOC, though. That would have been nice. That could have been great. I definitely see what you were seeing there. See, I moved to 40 on March 25th. I can see where you were seeing. Man, who could have seen that drop coming? Nobody. Wow. I don't even have any bad news listed. That's crazy. No more OTC. Ugh. Wow. All right. Don't want to end on that. That's why you don't mess with OTC, I guess. That is a absolutely crazy move. I don't even see any news for it. I see the thinking with the VPOC and the moving averages. It's a fun one to take a risk on. Hit with news. Yeah. Jesus. All right. Most of his calls are the exact opposite of that. All right. So I know I haven't been around a lot in chat. I'm hoping to be more soon. Things have been a little crazy at my work. Hoping they calm down soon. But I'll be in and out. Tag me if you need me in Discord, and I will be back next Tuesday with a video. While you're out there, be on the lookout for that one. Also check out the Music Period podcast, and check out Coastal Collectibles. We've got card breaks, Pokemon breaks, the whole deal. Pretty fun. Check us out. All right. Later.